This interview is for information only and should not be considered as investment advice or a recommendation to buy shares in the company featured. Welcome to this Stock Box interview.
Forum Energy Metals Corp has announced a non-brokered private placement of up to $2 million to conduct drilling on its Nunavut uranium project. Well, joining us today from Forum Energy Metals is Dr. Rebecca Hunter. Welcome back, Rebecca. How are you?
Very good. Thanks, Mark.
Well, it's good to be talking to you. We're going to be focusing on, of course, the project and the exploration plans. And as I understand, Nunavut, the project, was previously owned by Cameco, who drilled 135 holes for a total of 36,000 meters of drilling from about 2008 to 2012. And this was indeed under your supervision as well, and responsible there for discovering high-grade unconformity-style uranium deposits. So just start us off, Rebecca, by telling us a little bit about the project and the area and the past work that you know a lot about.
Yeah, so when I was up there, so like you said, I was up there from 2006 to 2012, and Cameco was a big exploration project at that time. And so Cameco was all over the world. The Thelon was a really important place that they wanted to work. And so that's why we were up there. And we were basically Tadigac, so Orano's Tadigac deposits are right there. So we were in there trying to look for the same sorts of deposits, or even better, trying to find more of the Athabasca sort of analogs.
Excellent. Okay, so you've had a lot of experience up there. Is this what you based your theory on at the university, or was that a different project? I can't remember.
No, so yeah, my PhD too. So basically we had all this data, basically not enough time even to look at it. And so I wanted to really focus, and really the bigger goal was I wanted to find more deposits. And so I really wanted to understand the structural control, the geology, and really hone into deposits up there. So my thesis was focused on that.
Excellent. Okay, well, it sounds like you're certainly the person who should be leading Forum's exploration plans in this area. I want to talk about these unconformity type uranium deposits. And part of the news release, there's not so many, is there, around the world, these Proterozoic basins. There's only another two, really, one in the Athabasca Basin in Saskatchewan and the MacArthur Basin in the Northern Territory over in Australia. The third one being where you are now, the Thelon Basin in Nunavut. So, I mean, can you explain a little bit about what these unconformity deposits are, why they're so rare, and why they're so prospective for uranium?
And so you need the right type of geology. And so there is quite a few little basins around the world, but the only basin so far that have had any major production, of course, is the Athabasca and the MacArthur. And so the Thelon is just a geological analog of the Athabasca, but it's in Nunavut. It's hard to explore up there. It's colder, more remote, no roads, stuff like that. So anyways, these types of basins essentially have the right amount of fluid flow. They have the right amount of structural control to really make the big deposits. And the Thelon Basin is just one of those really good places to be.
Okay. Why are they so rare? Is it just a natural phenomenon?
I think you need the rarity. You can get deposits forming, but it's whether or not you can get big enough ones is really the key. And so you need to have, big sandstone basins that have a lot of fluids. You need to have the right rocks to basically precipitate uranium. So anyways, that's why they're rare, is you need those kind of two main focuses, the fluids and the trap.
Okay. And this, I guess, then will be the objective of the exploration program that Forum want to undertake, is to really see what is down there and how big it is.
Yeah. So, I mean, we already have two deposits that basically Cameco didn't get a chance to delineate, basically just found them. And then the uranium industry, of course, pulled back. So we have that just sitting at our fingertips, is basically, especially Tadigac. And so that's what we're going to be doing this summer, is doing some infill drilling at Tadigac and just expanding both the resource a bit as well as our understanding, so we can drill it off in a much larger fashion in 2024. And yeah, so that's kind of, and then the rest of it as well, like we'll plan on drilling a few of these more classic unconformity targets, hopefully looking for the big one.
Okay. Well, I think we do have perhaps a slide to look at. Is this? Can we explain a little bit more about the exploration and where you're going to be doing it?
So yeah, so basically the Thelon Basin here up in the left slide there just shows basically a sandstone basin very similar in size to the Athabasca. And we're going to be focusing there on the very northeast side. That's where our project is. And so the bulk of our drilling this summer is going to be here at the Tadigac deposit. So this map here is basically showing a gravity image. So it's a geophysical image that shows gravity. One of the things that gravity shows you is the density of the rock. And in the case of unconformity deposits, especially in the Thelon, is you get basically very altered rock above the mineralization. And that rock is way less dense. So you get these gravity lows. That's why you have the blue. And so essentially this anomaly is almost 800 meters by 1.5 kilometers. So it's huge. And when I was with Cameco, we started to delineate 2 zones in the very southwest corner, but we really haven't explored the rest of the anomaly. So that's one of the big things is in future drilling, we're going to really try to expand the resource because we have this huge anomaly and there should very much be more mineralization, hopefully, in the rest of the anomaly. But for this year, we're going to just focus where these deposits are already found and infill. They were drilled at fairly wide spacing, and so we could get a lot of good data by just infilling this year.
Okay, so the focus this year is really on the drill season will be to infill. Did you say there was some other drills you put down as well?
Yeah, so we also, if you can see this slide,
sure.
We also want to do some basically elephant hunting. And so essentially we want to liken the Thelon Basin right now to the Athabasca Basin before MacArthur was found, before Cigar, before hurricanes, before arrows. So essentially we have this, blank palette of areas to test. And so 2 areas that I really wanted to test when I was with Cameco is what I've called the NED and the Bjorn grid. And so essentially the NED grid was never tested, is a really large, really good anomaly along a very important structure that I think is exactly where you have the fluids moving and you have the right rocks. And so we're going to test a hole in there, basically looking for the big one. And then the Bjorn grid is another area where when I was with Cameco, we got 1 drill hole in. It showed very anomalous sandstone geochemistry, very large anomaly, and really good alteration in the sand, but just never got back because we found mineralization at Tadigac, we found mineralization at Kavik, and that just became the priority. And so these are really important areas to go back to and really think that we'll maybe be able to find something really exciting.
Well, let's hope so. So the plan is to get that done this field season and you'll be able to share the results with the stock market, well, in the autumn, roughly. When do you think?
We're going to be drilling in July. So yeah, by the time we actually have geochemical results, it'll probably be September.
Perfect. Well, I wish you all the best of luck with that, Rebecca. But thank you very much for your time today. Looking forward to following how that drill program goes and, of course, hoping that you do find some what you're looking for. But thank you very much for your time, Dr. Rebecca Hunter from Forum Energy Metals.
Thanks, Mark.
If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like or a retweet. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programs at stockboxmedia.com. Thank you for watching.